Let me see what the fuck. Oh shit. Alright. Shit. Alright. Is this right? I can see it. Let's see. Alright. Cool. Alright, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Alright, what's up? This is Wendy Wade. This is Ninja Gaiden 4 gameplay. Let me see what I need to do. Yeah, so this game should be about pretty much through. Pretty much over with the game. I think maybe 2 or 3 more chapters, but yeah. Oh, here we go. Sometimes I forget how to play this game. I don't know. What is this? Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the drama, you know what I mean? It's a lot of drama in 2026. Like, we just got started. We just got into the 2026. You know what I mean? We just got into 2026, and it's already, you know, shout out to, you know, anybody going through anything, you know, struggling mentally, emotionally. We gotta pay attention to our mental health. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you just really want to keep your head together. They just said, what did they say? Some guy, financial dude, like, yeah, we're going into a recession in February, starting February. Or, you know, that's his forecast. And he was like, you know, the government may hold back in saying it because, they don't want to cause panic, but yeah, he basically was just saying that hold your money, you know what I mean? Like, don't spend a whole bunch of money, especially if you're not planning on making a purchase for a home or something like that. But I just know, you know, they also talked about how over 70,000 people have committed suicide already in 2026, and we're what, 1 month in? That's what I was saying. Y'all gotta really, you gotta pay attention to, you know, the people in your circle. Whether they're welcome there or not, you know what I mean? It's still relevant. You gotta pay attention to what's going on around you. You know what I mean? The goal in life is to be more vigilant. When I say more vigilant, I mean you gotta watch your surroundings even more as you get older, because people, you know, practice makes perfect. You know, there's people out here that's practicing to do wrong. People think, you look at basketball player, football player, you see how skilled they are. What is this? Like this. But yeah, I thought I already fought this thing. Yeah, there's people out here practicing bad stuff, y'all. They are practicing bad. Like you think about how people, like professional athletes practice for their profession, and the Olympics just started. You know what I mean? So imagine that amount of focus and practice people use, but they practicing bad things. You know what I mean? Like it's out there. It's like that right now. So you really gotta be careful who you encountering, because you never know what they focus on, what they do with their spare time. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, my spare time, I spend my time, praying. I might spend my time focusing on, work or building some type of skill I can use later on, like communication skills, stuff like that. But, there's other people out here. When you meet somebody, you need to make sure you kind of have an idea of what they spend their time doing. And I'm not saying get in their business, you know what I mean? I don't get in nobody's business. But I'm just saying when you meet somebody new, even people you already know, it gets to a point where you gotta re-meet somebody, Make sure y'all still align as far as the subject preferences. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's a motherfucker out here. They really just will surprise you. Now I get why older people, they say, you don't know nobody till you live with them. You never know what's going on. But I just say that to say, 2026 is a good year for you to just really think about, like, who you hang around, checking in on people. But it's not nothing sweet going on right now. Everybody is financially, kind of like, not necessarily struggling, but going through some type of financial difficulty. Oh. Whoa. He got me in a corner. Alright, let's come out of this corner real quick. But yeah, in the long run, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, as you get older, when you talk about meeting new people or having new friends, don't rush into it. Don't rush into meeting nobody new. You shouldn't rush into meeting anybody new, because the things that people are doing and getting away with, it would shock you. You know what I mean? I'm speaking on a personal standpoint. I'm not saying, I saw a story on the news, or, you know what I mean? Like, I've encountered quite a few dramatic experiences already in 2026, y'all. And I'm humbly saying that. Yes. But yeah, the drama part, I don't know why. I guess, the black culture is surrounded by drama. Like, we got shows that is just exclusively, you know what I'm saying? Just exclusively catered to drama. Nothing about it is, Bad Girls Club. No offense to anybody on the Bad Girls Club, but there's nothing on that show that says anything positive about black women. Nothing. And I feel like a lot of people, they take this stuff serious. Like, they really think that reality TV is supposed to be a real experience in life. What they should say is, this is what you don't do. You know what I'm saying? This is don't do TV. Don't do this. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on, like, the drama. It's excessive to me. Like, we don't have to have drama every day. y'all, to feel normal. And if you get to a point in your life where you have to create some type of drama, some type of negative experience for yourself or others in order to feel normal, that is, you need to get checked in. You need to get some mental health. And I've been to therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with therapy. You know, getting a therapist, have somebody sit down with you and just let it out. You know, it's usually what we're holding on to that hold us back. It's not what you let go of, it's what you're holding on to that keep you stuck. So, the therapist is there for you to unload, for you to release your frustration, anger, all that.
The last demon and perform the final ritual. The seal on the Dark Dragon is now complete.
It'll have to do. A Hayabusa ninja can never fully vanquish the Dark Dragon. No matter how many times I kill him, he always returns.
Well, you must tell you about that, Ryu.
Send the dragon to his true grave. No such ninja has answered the call.
The Raven Clan.
Saving the dragon was our only choice.
Ryu, I think I'm finally able to start forgiving myself.
But yeah, you guys, we're trying to live an adult life. That's one thing I realized too. Like when you're an adult, you're responsible, you go to work, pay your bills, mind your business. Your main goal should be to stay away from people who don't do any of those things. And I'm not saying you can't have friends that live a different lifestyle, but if they don't go to work, they don't, have the same mindset as you shouldn't be hanging around them. You really shouldn't. Like, you gotta be equally yoked in all aspects of your life. Friendships, even employment, that's something I considered, as far as my job goes. Is this really a reflective of who I am where I work? Of course not. But we don't have to talk about workplace fairness because, hello, you know what I'm saying? DEI policies are gone or they're not being acknowledged. So work is it's a day-to-day surprise. But yeah, I'm just, really over the drama. That's all. Like, my ultimate goal in life is peace. I want peaceful experiences in life. You know what I mean? I want to be able to just go to work, go back to the house, go back to, go out and experience life without worrying about what the next person is going to do. Because that's what, that's what life seems to be about in the U.S. lately. What is that? What are they doing? You know what I mean? Whoever you surround yourself with, whoever you're around, what exactly is it that they're doing? So I guarantee you, if you're not close to the people, your neighbors and things like that, this message is not even bothering. You know what I'm saying? Because you have no idea what mental state somebody is in. Like, no clue. So I think if you're not aware of that, it's not something you're interested in, you hang with people and you don't care how they feel and what they're going through, it's a dangerous game. So you could become a victim of someone's drama, a victim of somebody else's suffering. I think that's just, that's the sad reality we live in. And you mean to tell me just from being around somebody, I can become a victim of their circumstances? Of course. Of course. These monsters is really going hard. We need a different weapon. Yeah, I've never been the type, you know what I mean? I'm never the type to hang around people just to figure out what they got going on in life. You know what I mean? Or just, that's something I'm noticing too. Like, it's a lot of that going on. Like, you literally just talking to me so you can figure out what my life is, you know, what's going on with me in my life. That's beyond nosy. Like, I don't even, it needs to be a new word for being nosy. A lot of people call it, they say it's monitoring spirits. You know how older people say. But yeah. No, I don't monitor my life. You may be monitoring a little too hard and end up, you know what I'm saying, get my mix. I'm gonna tell you something about, you know, ending up in my drama. The type of drama I deal with, it ain't nothing cute about it. It ain't sweet. Ain't nothing fun. Ain't nothing funny about it. It'll keep you up at night. You know what I'm saying? A couple nights, to say the least. Yeah, the type of stuff that I deal with, a lot of people wonder how I'm still going. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes. So like I said, when, you know, the drama dies down or I do what I gotta do to, you know, resolve issues, it's always some type of manipulation from the outside world. You know, they want to keep that drama going. Cause I call them energy vampires. You know, they type of people that watch your life and they try to influence it from outside source. You know, just to keep that drama going. Cause they don't have a life or they don't have nothing going on in their life. So, you know, they try to manipulate somebody else's life to feed off of that information or attention. It's anything. It could be anything. And I don't condone that. You know what I mean? Don't be manipulative. You know, but a narcissist, when we're dealing with a narcissist, you have to know, you have to label people properly. You know, we talk about no label this and no label that. No, we got to label people. You know, let's label everybody. Because birds of a feather is true. So if you label one person, I guarantee you anybody else they know is going to be the same way. Yeah. So that's why I say, you know, I'm not the type to say, okay, I'm going to be cool with one person, but, you know, not cool with this person, even though they hang out together. No, if you hang out with somebody and I don't like them or we not cool or friends or whatever, I'm not gonna hang out with you either. If you know my ops, you know, anybody that I'm having some type of argument with or we don't get along, and you hang out with them or you chill with them, I'm not cool with you no more. I never was. You know what I mean? I never was cool with you, to be from the beginning. But especially now, you know, if I know you hanging out or you're having some conversation with people that I don't like, nah, you got to go. Feel me? I can't have you involved in my life. I'm just keeping it real. One thing I do want to say though, y'all, you know, if you're going through something and you don't feel safe or you feel worried, forget the streets. Forget the street code. That's a lot of black people problem. The people who, you know, street code and penitentiary rules and all that. No, if you feel threatened, you need to call the police, okay? You need to call the police. You need to call the authorities in your area because a lot of people can't be handled by another person. They need the laws to happen because they done lost it. They lost respect for all authority. So, you know, that type of drama in your life, no. That ain't what you want. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that ain't what you want, y'all. You know, you going through something and you feel like it's something dangerous going on or something that would affect you. and your safety, go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just get you know your local police department. And if you want to keep your street cred, but you want to die for the streets, go ahead. If you want to die for the streets, go ahead and die for the streets. But the streets not gonna die for you. That's all I can say. Cause I know so many people that they just respect the street code so much that they can't even protect their family. You know what I mean? By they can't protect their family because they feel like, oh, if I call the police, I'm gonna lose street cred, or somebody see me talking to the police, that means that, you know, I'm not this or I'm that. No, that means you got sense. Because a lot of people don't realize a lot of this drama and stuff people go through, it's not, people will follow you your whole life. People will stalk you your whole life. They will stalk you, they will hurt you out of whatever, whether it be jealousy, anger, rage. You gotta prepare yourself for a long life. Don't live like you ain't got much time. Cause you really won't, you know, have much time. But I'm just saying, as far as you know, doing your life like you want to survive for a while, you have to be prepared to sometimes introduce other parties into your life. Like, let's be honest, this ain't no this isn't a movie, it's real life. This is real life. And I don't know how many times I've heard somebody say or they known of somebody who really did pass away from stress or anger or whatever it is. Yeah, we're not gonna let anger and stress cause us, you know what I mean, to lose our sense of self. But like I said, y'all, I don't know if I said in the last video, your best weapon to fight against any type of drama or problems you're having is prayer. You gotta pray. You gotta pray. You know what I mean? You have to pray about it. And I feel bad for people who don't have a life, you know, that what God is involved in, because y'all don't know the level of sorrow that comes with God not being involved in your life. It's deadly. It's life and death situation when you don't have a prayer life. You hear me? And they say that the violence has gone down. It has, but it's a concentrated violence then. If it's gone down as a whole, that means it's a few people who's doing all the violence. It's a few people. It's up to you to determine who those people are in your life. You hear me?
Sayori.
Ryu, there's something I need your help with.
The jewel of the Dark Dragon.
If, and only if, you deem him worthy, give Yakumo this jewel.
Sayori.
It's fine.
Oh, so this is a whole nother, you know, I thought this was Yakumo the whole time. This is Ryu or something.
I need to take responsibility for what I've done.
Oh, this is a past. I'm sorry. This is like a flashback.
And
Oh, yeah.
if we can stop the Dark Dragon and save Yakumo from the curse of his bloodline, it will all be worth it in the end.
But that's why I love y'all having a relationship with God, y'all, because God never loses. Like, we talking about a God that has never lost any battle when he fights. So I just don't see what the hesitation is. We're going to God and saying, hey, I got something going on. You know what I mean? And then you just sit back. You know, you sit back and you let it get handled. Now, I ain't gonna lie. There's gonna be situations where, you know, in life where you got to really stand up for yourself and really you know, let people know what it is, but for the most part, you get you a spiritual lifestyle, you know, get set in some spiritual ways. You'll be surprised how easy things get for you. You know, my main goal right now is to remain empathetic. You know, I try to keep my empathy because as I get older and I go through more challenges in life, I start to lose my sense of empathy. I start to feel like
Only you.
less friendly. And I'm not saying, you know, I should be nice. You should be nice to everybody you meet, but the more you go through, the less likely you are to be empathetic. And I'm holding on to that. Like, I want to feel bad if someone is going through something. I want to feel bad if someone is suffering. It's just difficult, though. It's a difficult time to feel that way.
Yakumo! Thank goodness. What the heck is going on over there?
I'll fill you in later.
So he had a flashback. Okay. So now this is Yokomo then. Okay, cool. So this is Yokomo, and he is... And the girl died because she was a sacrifice. There was a lot going on, y'all.
We're all counting on you, but... Please come back home safe.
Maybe some people just want to be heard, you know? Like, I can imagine, you know, going through your life and never really feeling like anybody hears you out or is paying attention to you, or, you know, you grew up in a family and they don't show very much love and support. Okay, here we go. Now we got the yeah, I think a lot of people want to be heard. They want to be acknowledged. And I get that, but that's a destructive type of feeling. That's something from childhood that wasn't healed. You know, you eventually grow out of needing attention. You should. But if you don't grow out of that mindset, then you'll start to seek attention in any way possible. No matter who it's from. And whether it's in a good scenario or bad. You know? Because we can't hide the fact that we have instincts, you know. Everybody has a desire to want to be wanted and, you know, needed, but if you're an adult and you still have childish desires, then there's something in your mind that is lacking, whether it be physical or chemical. You know what I mean? It's just, you gotta go to therapy and figure that out for yourself. Like, you have to, you know, when I went to therapy, I found out a lot about, you know, how my childhood still affects me to this day. Because I have those unhealed, I think, you know, I worked on that already, but, you know, there's some unhealed wounds inside of us that leads us to continue to repeat the same trauma over and over again, you know what I mean? And that's it's a tough spot to be in. It's a tough situation because if you don't have a therapist, you can't reach out to somebody, you know? So then you turn around and you say, do I have a relationship with God so I can reach out to someone? Because as a person, as a human being, you have to relieve yourself. You know, like, I mean, common sense tell you when you need to relieve yourself, you go to the restroom. My thing is, when you need to relieve yourself as an adult, and it's not, you know, about going to the restroom, it becomes about your emotions. Now, people don't know that. They think that, oh, you know, this feeling I'm having, you know, this is just how I feel. No, you need to relieve yourself. You need to release those emotions. What happens if you don't go to the bathroom? You get sick. You know what I'm saying? You get tired. You get weak. And you might use the bathroom on yourself. Same thing with your emotions. You can have an emotional outburst if you don't relieve those. If you don't relieve those emotions, you can have an emotional outburst in front of anybody in public. A lot of us seen people have emotional outbursts in public. Well, I have in 2026. Yeah, I've seen some people have emotional outbursts because they don't have common sense to know that okay, I need to sit down for a while and consider my emotional state and take a break from life or take an extra day off from work to get my mind right.
If you want to test it out, now's your... If you've got it down, that's all that matters.
A lot of people just go on with life and don't even consider their emotional standpoint or emotional state. I think that's just the equivalent of walking around and, you know what I mean, just peeing anywhere, using the restroom anywhere. That's appalling. You know what I mean? So imagine somebody who's never taken care of their emotional health, mental health. It's the same thing. You should be appalled. You should be shocked at some of the stuff people do.
So you've come, Raven.
Oh, here we go. Who is this? Oh, this is Ryu, I think.
Back off, Hayabusa. The Dark Dragon is mine.
Here we go, y'all. It's another boss battle. But as far as me personally, I'm doing pretty good mentally. You know, I always keep my mental health first. Well, not first, but it's on the top 2 or 3 list when it comes to health. My mind, my body, and of course my emotions.
Prove it.
And emotionally, I think I'm doing pretty well. Except, I'm dealing with the typical, financial. I mean, not really. My finances aren't bad, but I really would like to improve my credit. Yeah, my credit is kind of, lacking, to say the least. And it's mainly because I don't have enough credit accounts. I think I got some advice from somebody, and they were saying that I need to improve my credit mix. And that's just something I haven't done yet. That was a pretty good move, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what he did.
You're dead.
What is this? Whoa.
There.
There's a lot of story. One thing I don't like about this game, I think it takes too long to build up the power source. I mean, you know what I mean? I think you would think it would get easier as you go, but it doesn't. Okay, so he clearly... Come on. I mean, he do dodge is pretty good. I will say that. His ability to dodge is, yes. Yes, baby. Yes. Alright. Whoa. But yeah, we're not 2026. I'm not doing the drama. I want to promote health and wellness in 2026. So the drama that comes my way, I'm ignoring it. I'm disregarding it. It's not gonna get any promotion from me. You feel me?
A parting gift from Sayori, the jewel of the Dark Dragon.
Alright, y'all. I really don't want to stay on too long. I'm still thinking about what next game I want to play. So, I just wanted to get that out of my system. You know, mental health check. Health check, health check. Mental health check, y'all. 2026 is 2026 and kind of hard. Ooh, what's this?
The Dark Dragon Blade.
Dragon Blade.
Legend harnessing the power of the cursed worm itself. Blackened rain beckons our bloodline's amends through the
Alright.
of his priestess.
We finally got the Dragon Blade. Dragon Blade. Dragon Blade. Alright.
Power to purify the dragon once and for all. Now go.
Time to purify the dragon, y'all. Alright, y'all. That's the conclusion for this streaming episode. I appreciate y'all watching. Stay drama free, and let's get some prayer in our lives, okay? Alright.